Hello everyone, welcome again to the class number 6 of this session. Okay, this in this opportunity we're going to do a reading. Okay, you have to read this text that is the cast for a youthful appearance. Okay, for men and women. So the title of the class is Examine Questionable Cosmetic Procedures. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, so remember that this is the last class of this period. Okay, so you have to pay proper attention because the piece of homework for this week is going to be revision of the unit. Okay, and the following week you will have to make a test. Okay, so let's read this. Remember that I always upload the audio. Okay, so it's very good that you have that in mind. Okay, and you can have it on your own and listen to it again and again as long as you understand everything that it is being said. Okay, so the quest for a youthful appearance for men and women. So here we go. Pay attention and read.
The quest for a youthful appearance for men and women. The desire to preserve facial youth and beauty is as old as history, going all the way back to the ancient world. Cleopatra of Egypt supposedly bathed in the milk of donkeys to stay young-looking, though the historical accuracy of that story isn't confirmed, and many people doubt that it's true. Nevertheless, to this day, milk is used widely in the manufacture of creams and soaps that are popular with both men and women. Cosmetic treatments to improve the look of the face vary from the use of natural, although sometimes questionable or even dangerous, ingredients to somewhat more physical procedures, such as face yoga and vampire facials. Face yoga is based on the principle that exercise strengthens muscles. As the face ages, muscles become weak and sag, sliding downward over time and giving the face an aging look. The corners of lips of older people tend to turn downward instead of upward, creating the appearance of sadness. Some cosmeticians promote the use of exercises to improve the musculature around the mouth. It is believed that if those muscles are stronger, they can restore a happier look and reduce wrinkles and other facial lines. Do such facial gymnastics work? One academic study showed that 20 weeks of regular facial exercises did result in firmer muscle tone, and participants in the study were judged to look 3 years younger than their actual age. While a little facial exercise cannot be harmful, vampire facials, which are gaining in popularity worldwide, might not be so safe. A vampire facial, also known as a blood facial or microneedling, involves taking blood from a person's arm and either applying it topically by rubbing it on the person's face or injecting it with a needle into many places on the face. The micro-injuries caused by the needle pricks cause the body to rush to heal those injuries by secreting substances such as collagen and elastin, which fill in sagging skin, erasing lines. Unfortunately, vampire facials present substantial risks if strict medical guidelines aren't observed. These trendy facials are widely available in spas and beauty salons where operators may reuse needles from one client to another or not properly sterilize them to kill bacteria. This can lead to infections, some of which could be life-threatening, such as HIV or hepatitis. However, when administered in a medical setting, such as a doctor's office, the risk is probably minor. The old saying, "You've got to suffer for beauty," seems illustrated by the vampire facial, though some claim the pain is justified by the results. Others aren't so sure.
Okay, good. So let's see. Now we're going to do activities related with this. So the first one is understand from context. So let's see here. Okay, so you have to complete the statements with words from the box. So we have here these 7, okay? So let's see. Remember that you have to write this down and do it on your own, okay? Cuando digo on your own, Spanish break, okay, es hacerlo solo, okay? When you do it on your own, es hacerlo solo. O when you do it by yourself, también es decir hacerlo solo, okay? No decimos en inglés do it alone, ¿ok? O sea, se entiende, pero en realidad no es la forma correcta, ¿ok? Entonces, on your own, by yourself, es hacerlo de manera independiente, solito, ¿ok? Ok, let's go back to English. Okay, so let's see now. One reason for the popularity of facials is to maintain the appearance of youth. Sometimes that's widely believed, though known now for sure is only supposedly true. A belief that's questionable is one that's not necessarily accurate. To hand in a downward direction is to suck. The lines that appears on a face as one gets older are called wrinkles, arrugas. Muscles, atento con la pronunciación de músculos, muscles, that are exercised regularly become firmer over time. And finally, infections are caused by bacteria. Okay? Good. Now, identify the supporting details. So you have to choose true or false about each of these statements. Okay? So here we have some of them, and here we have more. Okay? So, remember, you have to do this by yourself. Okay, let's do this. The use of procedures and techniques to maintain a youthful appearance has begun one recently that is false. It has only proven that Cleopatra used donkey milk bath as a skincare technique. It's not, it's false. It's not proven. Okay, and here you can see, okay, the piece in the text where it is the answer. Here the same. Okay? Face yoga is a form of exercise to strengthen facial muscle, atento con la pronunciación, improving their tone. Yes, so face yoga is based on a principle that exercise strengthen muscles. Sagging muscles give the corners of the mouth an upward direction, giving a person a happy appearance. Okay, there we have the answer. The same here, los estudios, la investigación, has shown that facial gymnastics can result in somewhat more youthful appearance if practiced regularly. True. Okay, that is the piece where you can find the answer. Then we have there are two main ways to perform a vampire facial. That's also true. And finally, in a vampire facial, needle injects elastin and collagen to heal the skin. That is false. It says that micro injuries caused by the needle pricks cause the body to rush to heal those injuries by secreting substances such as collagen and elastin. Okay, good. Here we have more. Using sterile needles is one reason vampire facial can be dangerous. That is true. Here we can find the answer. Getting a blood facial in doctor's office is very risky. False. However, when administered in a medical setting such as doctor's office, the risk is probably minor. And finally, vampire facials can be painful. Okay, that's true. You've got to suffer for beauty. Seems illustrated by the vampire facial. Interesting. I don't know if I would do this, okay? I don't know if you would. Okay, but it's interesting because we can learn vocabulary out of this, right? First part of the class number 6. Okay, we're going to continue in the second video.